Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to another Warcraft replay here as we get loaded into our game for the week, ? We have Undead vs Orc matchup here on the map Echo Isles. And we have WFZ, the red Undead in the top left. He will be facing against Hitman, the blue Orc on the top right. It'll be his first appearance on the channel. He's played a lot. He's a American-Chinese, I'm pretty sure American-Chinese player. And yeah, he has a lot of games under his belt for quite some time. Always wanted to cast him, but kind of hard to find decent games probably, and I guess the competition that he faces against. So hopefully WFZ will be able to bring out the best in him. I did look at the army comps and yeah, kind of excited to see what at least Hitman will bring out.
Summoning is complete.
So Blamemaster first here for Hitman.
Summoning is complete.
I mean, nothing too spectacular here, but WFZ is going to be going for a Crypt Lord start just like he did in the previous game, which he faced off against 120. Immediately we see that Crypt Lord's not only just an undead mirror kind of hero, probably pretty general kind of hero, I would probably say. I'm not sure how well he does into human. But I guess, in the late game, Impale could be pretty devastating. I'm thinking too much on the carrion beetles, but Impale is probably the most devastating thing that the Crypt Lord can do. So yeah, Ghoul opening here for himself. Unlike the previous game where he went 2 ghouls into like really early graveyard, he is going to be unsummoning his Altar of Darkness for a little bit more resources so he can maybe fast tech. That's what I am assuming because I have not seen this at all, so it's all just conjecture here as Great Hole, tier 2 for Hitman has started. Blade Master is invisible right now, so I don't actually know where he is. There he is, doing a marketplace cheese, just going after the Ogre Magi, and I'll probably just ditch. This trapper actually chasing the grunt, which is kind of funny. It also means that the Blade Master is not taking as much damage as he would have, as Greater Mana Potion is going to get picked up, as well as +6 claws from the marketplace. So pretty good haul. We are indeed going to have a fast expand rather than fast tech for WFZ here.
Our forces are under attack.
So Hitman basically should have the map control for quite some time because he should be getting a pretty strong army, but maybe he's being a bit slowed down because he's also fast teched.
Our forces are under attack.
Yeah, who knows? That is indeed a lot of units on the field for WFZ. Granted, most of them are summoned units, but the beetles are at least permanent, so we should at least take them into consideration. Blade Master, I believe, picked up a grunt for his a ghoul for his troubles here, as dust is going to be used. Trying to cancel the Necropolis. I'm not sure if he's going to even get the opportunity, as we do have an Impale surround onto the grunt, but the surround wasn't exactly clean on WFZ's side there, so Hitman will be able to keep a grunt alive. I imagine maybe another Impale surround onto the Blade Master, maybe. Although I guess he is out of mana on that. Impale should... Yeah, I guess Impale costs a lot in terms of mana cost, since it is such a impactful ability.
Stand ready.
Also, I guess it's kind of hard to hit Impale onto the Blade Master with all that movement speed. But either way, Haunted Gold Mine has been completed. The Necropolis did get cancelled, but it is going to get rebuilt. So yeah, not really punished all too badly. It's just that we'll see how tier 2 works for Hitman, as he is going to place down a turn totem. We do have Berserker Strength on the way as well, Brute Strength on the way. Interesting. We don't have that many crunts out for Hitman, but I guess he might make more. He's going to go straight after the Crypt Lord here, as nice couple of crits coming in onto the Crypt Lord there, and that is going to force the Crypt Lord to TP back home. Very, very lucky on that Blade Master, getting about 2 or 3 in a row. Like, damn, that's crazy. As yeah, the Crypt Lord is going to pick by a Ritual Dagger. But here comes the Blade Master once again. No TP scroll available. We are going to impale onto the majority of those units, but I think that's just to enable the Crypt Lord for the retreats. Blade Master is in Windwalk, however, and we are going to have a Hex Assassination here. That's going to be Crypt Lord going down at level 2. The bad thing is that the Altar of Darkness is down, so yeah, it's kind of have to revive through the Tavern instead. Yikes, WFZ losing another ghoul as well. This is not working out well for him, unfortunately. Graveyard now completed. We are going to have some Crypt Fiends being produced as well. Tier 2 about to be completed as well. But like I said, Crypt Lord going down is kind of a bummer, because then he has to revive through the Tavern, which is a lot more costly. And that is after he did burn the TP scroll, so that was even more costly death than it normally would have been. But with tier 2 done, I actually don't know. We are going to have the Altar of Darkness being rebuilt, so most likely Death Knight returning as the second hero here. Check Crypt Lord. Is he going to have enough time to get that level 3? He might get with this Berserker. If not, he's going to have to take a Mauler. There we go, level 2 Carrion Beetles there. A little bit increase on every other stat. Tier 3 on the way for Hitman, as he is going Spirit Walkers, but nothing else, so this could potentially lead into turn transition, because Spirit Walkers by themselves don't really make all too much sense, and this War Mill with Fortress Tick kind of suggests that we might have the Turn Warriors coming in eventually. Turn Chieftain also coming out as the third and final hero here for Hitman, so like thematically, even we have a turn hero, we could just have mass turns, which would be pretty exciting. Master's Training is also on the way. Yeah, only problem I would say is that there's not enough Spirit Walkers right now, because it's always a mix-up between whether you rush. Oh god, I forgot to change the Death Knight skin again. I keep forgetting. Right. I will promise I will get that by the next game. But yeah, it's always a mix-up between, like, do you rush Master's Training or do you rush a good number of casters while they so they can build up the mana. But I guess it's just like my personal opinion on that. Death Knight with that level 1 Death Coil there, War Stomp with the Turn Chieftain. Shadowhunter is about to hit that level 3 and he's going to put a point into probably Healing Wave. I don't actually know the priority on that either, as we do have a Pocket Great Hold being used for an expansion here, so economy will be equalized very soon. Death Knight still a bit of ways from level 2, to be honest.
Summoning is
Merc Camp here on the right is going to get cleared. Level 4 Blade Master might be a thing. It depends on if he's going to choose to stay. Nope, it's not gonna be a thing. Too many heroes nearby, and that was...
Our forces are under attack.
Yeah, that was that. Oh, Disenchant is gonna get utilized to take down those carrion beetles. Yikes. I did not actually know that was possible. I just assumed that because carrion beetles were permanent summon units, that dispel effects don't actually work on them, but wow, that was pretty huge actually. It took down like 6 beetles, and that did give level 4 over to the Blade Master.
Upgrade complete.
Wow, yeah, so mass turns or mass spirit walkers might even make a lot more sense versus the Crypt Lord than I thought.
Summoning is complete.
But Hitman is also going Bestiary Spirit Lodge here, so he's going the full package it seems. Yeah, no Tauren Warriors just yet. Only like 2 Spirit Walkers as well. Yeah, I don't know why he rushed tier 3. Statues finally being added here for WFZ. He is also adding a couple of Banshees to fight the War Stomp from the Tauren Chieftain. Bestiary is done. I imagine it's just for the Kodo Beast.
Our forces are under attack.
I don't think he needs to transition into Raiders. Lich pops out as the 3rd and final hero here. Already frost armoring it up around his neighborhood, it seems. We do have a shade. I believe it did get revealed. Pretty sure this is... yeah, either way, we're gonna have a fight here. Hex onto the Death Knight as it's gonna prevent him from healing up those Crypt Fiends. But he needs to be careful about those disenchants. Doesn't want to disenchant the Hex. Knight's Purge procs onto the Obsidian statue is going to go down very quickly. Death Core going to finish up the Spirit Walker there. I believe he was in Ethereal form, so he takes additional damage. Very nice War Stomp hitting the Crypt Fiend as well as a couple of beetles as well. But yeah, Cripple is just pumping out those beetles 2 at a time. He is out of mana though, so WFZ might need to be a bit careful about overextending. But DK Lich, like, being almost full mana might be enough to push Hitman back a little bit.
Let my cries chill the
More Banshees being added to the mix here. They don't have adept training, so no green bubble just yet. But like, I mean, Curse is also a very, very good ability against orc units. It's just weird because like Spirit Walkers have been shown, as we are indeed going to have a couple of turns being produced here. I'm surprised that Hitman hasn't gone double totems. The Spirit Lodge is also a little bit weird as well. He's going Master's Training on those Witch Doctors, so Witch Doctors do make sense with turns because I believe Healing Ward is max percentage based healing, kind of like the Fountain of Health, rather than like flat, so like it's super good with tanky units like turns. +0, +1 on those upgrades there with the Grunts and the Tauren Warriors. Yeah, so they should be pretty scary to deal with. Watchtowers are going to get built here just to sway those carrion beetles. Unfortunately, Orc kind of has a pretty bad rap in True Sight, so yeah, these beetles will be here for quite some time. +19 attack on the Blade Master, and that is without the Kodo Beast aura, so I think it goes up to like 28. Okay, that's pretty scary. That is Wardrobe upgrades as well. So yeah, it looks like a pretty diverse army comp here. Grunts, Turns, Spirit Walkers, eventually Witch Doctor. Alright, A-bombs are coming out. I think turns still beat A-bombs. It's I don't actually remember because it's been a while since I've seen A-bombs versus turns. But yeah, it's basically Pulverize versus Disease Cloud. And I'm pretty sure Disease Cloud is fixed, so it doesn't scale very well against turns. Triple statues though, so we could potentially have Destroyers on the way. 80 supply for WFZ versus 66 for Hitman. So Hitman's a bit behind. I would not recommend fighting. Definitely would wait a little bit more on the turns front. Sentry Ward is indeed, I think, the only way for orcs to get True Sight, so yeah, that is going to be utilized there. Okay, Hitman's going to fight. 50 supply for military versus 70 for WFZ. This is not including the carrion beetles either, so like this is a bit questionable of an attack here. All I think Hitman needs to do is just defend his base as long as possible so we can match up supply. That is a pretty big army from WFZ, lots of Banshees. Not as many A-bombs as I would think, but his scripting numbers are looking pretty good as well. Upgrade-wise, we are +3/+0 and +0/+0. So those are very scary Crypt Fiends as well as Destroyers. And yeah, Hitman's a bit behind in terms of upgrades, but at least they're a bit universal. Necropolis going down to about 60% HP here, as WFZ is going to react a little bit. Beetles are going to get spotted by the wards there, but I don't think WFZ is going to get much done by sending those guys. Oh, WFZ actually goes into 89 supply here, so he could potentially go the full 100. It's going to build more of basically every unit. Crypt Fiends, Banshees, A-bombs. He also +1 armor upgrade on those Crypt Fiends there. I'm surprised he's not actually investing any into the A-bomb upgrades. I do think armor would be kind of nice, because that's essentially the only frontline for WFZ. If the turn Chieftain could get a good War Stomp, yeah, it could be a bit dicey there. So 2 turns, 3 walkers, so they can provide Ancestral Spirit for quite a bit. We also have 5 Witch Doctors, so we might even have stasis traps being utilized here, not only just the healing wards. 62 army versus 90 army for WFZ. Stasis traps are on the field, and we do have green bubbles being applied everywhere. However, we do have a shade, so they will be able to spot the stasis traps. So this is it's a bit risky for Hitman to engage in this, because the tracker's not actually seeing it, but but WFZ is at 100 supply versus 80 of Hitman. That was a very good impale, hitting all of those casters there as well. Will we have any stasis traps being placed down? Healing wards are going to be placed down, as well as the stasis trap. War Stomp is going to stun a couple of those Banshees as well, but the stasis traps are, I don't think they've actually blown up just yet. The curses also being a bit problematic for Hitman to deal with. He is slowly going down, meanwhile WFZ is still maintaining his 100 supply army. He's even, in fact, gone, well, he was 101, but yeah, units are dying left and right here. Ancestral Spirit is going to get utilized. Level 2 on the Lich. We are going to lose a couple of Witch Doctors. And I mean the curses as well. The curses are... It's so hard to notice the curses actually, like, affecting. Oh, we even have position coming in onto those turns there. That is... definite feels bad on the part of Hitman. Are we going to have this turn going over to the side here? I don't think any Banshees have enough mana available. But yeah, Hitman is slowly losing his foothold. Another Impale is going to do a pretty devastating hit onto those Turn Warrior. Death Coil, as well as a Lich auto attack, is going to finish off the Kodo Beast there. So yeah, who would have thought Undead army comp, like full diverse army comp, seems to win out versus Orcs. Although I guess we have to consider that Hitman was like 20 supply down compared to his opponent. And honestly, probably even like 30 supply down because, yeah, WFZ only has like 10 acolytes versus the 17, 18 peons that Hitman has. So, yep, a little bit feels bad. Although I guess the worker count doesn't include those ghouls. Yikes! Look at that. The entire army fills the entire screen. Like, that's a huge amount of units available for WFZ at his disposal, and we do have a couple of Banshees over 200 mana, so like they can go for even more positions. Honestly, taking the Kodo Beast is probably going to be the best thing that WFZ could take, but he can also take more turns. Hell, maybe even taking Spear Walkers might enable his own turns to revive themselves. It looks like the shade is gone. Oh, never mind, shade's over there. Okay, here we go. Green bubbles on the entire red side. Stasis Trap is going to hit the A-Bomb as well as the turn Warrior. But the Impale is also doing a huge bunch, able to bring down that turn 2 to 150 HP. Stasis Trap is going to hit the Crypt Lord, but we need Stasis Traps on this clump of units here rather than the Banshees and the statues. Level 5 is going to be attained for the Crypt Lord as, yeah, 10 supply difference between the two players here. Surprising not seeing any positions coming through. I would have assumed that this Kodo Beast would have been possessed by now, but no, the Banshees aren't even trying. Blademaster is struggling to get consistent DPS due to that curse. We do have Troll Berserkers on the field. A bit of a weird addition, but I don't think it's going to change the tide of the battle anytime soon. The Stasis Trap is going to get taken down because I don't think I was able to get into invisibility in time. And yeah, it looks like it's going to be over for Hitman. WFZ gonna go after that Blademaster there, and that is gonna be level 5 Blademaster going down. I don't even know if Bladestorm would have turned the tide of the battle. And it's very sad to say, but these Turn Warriors have only seemed to have fueled the Undead army. And the Stasis Traps, I mean, like, it's so hard to make these Stasis Traps work when your opponent has True Sight as well, so yeah, that is going to be that. Hitman is going to GG out, but still, I definitely liked his choice of units there, even though it didn't really work out in the end. Maybe he should have matched his opponent and go into high upkeep, but he was down in the base for the majority of the game, so I guess it's understandable. Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm surprised that the gold difference is only 1,000, but yeah, I think that's because WFZ was suffering from high upkeep for a good chunk of the late game. So, hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I'll see you guys again next time. Take care.